Good afternoon, guys. I hope everybody's doing well today. I don't think I've done any filming this morning. Anyway, I'm home from work and I thought to make this vlog more interesting, maybe I would do a video that has been requested, which is how to operate my sewing machine in particular, which is the Bernina Record 931 electric. So I believe this machine is from the 1980s. So I'm just going to take you through some of the basic functions of this. Sorry, I just saw some dust in there. Okay, so look out, Kitten. Kitten is here watching. So to start off with, you've got your plug here. Now that plug has got two, oh no, that one's got, it's actually got two separate plugs. So one's for power and one's for the foot. Some machines will just have one plug with two cords coming out of it, one to go to the power point and one to go down to the foot pedal. Now when you push the foot pedal, it makes the machine go. So the other thing we've got here on this machine is this, which is off, on and half speed. I always keep it on that one. That's your hand wheel that turns. So if I turn that, it makes the needle go. If you ever need to use this, always pull towards you, never go that way, okay? It's just a good habit to get into. As far as the dials go, so this one here is your stitch width. So if you were to do any other stitch other than straight stitch, you might want to vary the width of that. This one here, which is in between it, when I turn it, it moves the needle from side to side. So some presser feet, you will need to have your needle positioned in a different place. So this one here is the buttonhole dial. So as you turn it step by step, it already has a pre-programmed stitches to do that. If you want further info on that, you'll just have to look up a video. This dial here is your stitch length. So that was your stitch width. This is your stitch length. So if you're doing straight stitch, the higher the number, the longer the stitch. I usually operate at about 2.5. But you know, if you're doing like a basting stitch or a gathering stitch, you'd have a longer stitch. And yeah, there's times when you'll need a shorter one. The other thing this knob does, you can see here, that is like a universal sign for reverse. So while you're operating the machine, when you turn that, that will make the machine reverse. This one here, this controls the stitches on the top here. So you've got red and green, right? So red and green, and this outer one is stitch or freehand. So when this is in place, the feed dog, which is this bit here, it's the grippy bit that pulls the fabric, is up. But when I pull it down, that disappears, which means that if I've got a piece of fabric in here, I can have the needle going up and down and I can move the fabric freehand. So like for embroidery or quilting or things like that, okay? But I'll turn that back. So back to this green and red. Up the top here, you've got some stitches. So when it's on the green setting, selecting this will move it to any of these stitches, right? But if I'm at red, moving this will automatically select one of these ones. Over here, we've got our tension. So that's the tightness of the thread, either coming from the bobbin or from the needle. So there's a plate here, and depending on how tight you have that, that plate will get tighter, which will put more pressure on the thread. Now your tension's important, because if your tension's incorrect, you'll end up with loose threads and it'll be weird. Once again, that's another thing you could probably look up. So now I'll show you how to thread it. Now hopefully you can see this okay. So the first thing we're going to thread is the top thread, which is going to go through the needle. So I'm just going to pop that on the spool holder, and down the back you can see that we're going to hook that around there. And then when we come to this top bit, we want to keep to the right hand side of that plate. Down around this one, back up to that bit there. Just make sure that's there. Can you see that? So now it's coming down here. So there you go, I've got it through the needle, the eye of the needle, and I'm just going to put that to the back. So the next bit we're going to do is the bobbin. So the bobbin's got some thread on it already. Okay, coming off the top towards my right hand with my left hand holding it. Then you've got your bobbin case, you've got this bit poking to the top. I'm going to pop that in the same direction and pull that, and it will go up through that little crack there and in through there. Then I just pop that like that, click. Now while holding the top thread down, I'm going to wind the crank once, back up again, oops, and you'll feel it release. There you go. And now I've got a bobbin thread and a top thread, both on the top side, and you can sew. The other thing to show you on here is how to fill a bobbin. So at the top there's this plate here, right? So I'm just going to grab this one here also fits in. It's just a plastic one. And if I get, I'll just get any old reel here just to show you. So you put your reel onto, it's quite a thick one. I'll put some of this one on, because this is a colour I use a fair bit. So put it just on your spool there, and can you see that? You should be able to see, whoops. You can see this here. So I'm just going to wrap that around that way. And then just get that over the top there. And I'm just going to start it off with a few winds so it's secure. Open that up. And I've got it running that way. You see that? It's over the top. It actually has a little diagram on there so you can't go wrong. Now by opening this, it disengages the needle, so the needle and the foot won't go. And now I just press the pedal and it operates that. So let's just put you back here. You can see there the little diagram that shows you how to set it up anyway. And as you can see, the foot's not doing anything, but that is. Now the brilliant thing about this machine is that when this fills, that bit there will just pop out and it will automatically stop. So you don't have to worry about overwinding your bobbin. Okay? That cuts it. Okay? There you go, and there's Grogu. Say hello. Meow. Meow. Oh, so cute. Now all you need to do is put some fabric in, which I'll do now. We're just going to do a straight stitch. So I position this in here, foot down, so that's there's a lever at the back for the foot. Hold on to the threads when you're first taking off. Foot gently down on the pedal. And there you're stitching. So you stitch a few times, then we're going to go like that, and that's going to go backwards, and then you can start your seam. You can see here there's these little marks on this plate. They indicate how much your seam allowance is going to be, so keeping this edge along that line will give you, and I will let you know how much distance there is. So that's a 1.2 centimetre seam allowance there. So if I go like this, needles up, foot up, pull it away, and this little thing here cuts the thread. Right, so you can see here, oops, there's a nice straight edge, got even stitches on both sides, and there you go. If I wanted to do a zigzag, so if I wanted to do a zigzag, first thing I do is I go up here and I'm going to select number 2. I'm going to decide how wide I want my stitch to be. So I'm going to go for extra wide this time. And then I'm going to go down here and I want it to be slightly shorter. Now, that is pretty much how you operate the Banana Record 931 electric. And I think Evan's home now, so I better go. I'm back. I hope that little clip was useful to you. So my afternoon was interrupted because Evan called me and said that a guy was coming around to have a look at our kitchen, because we're looking at redoing it. Nothing too expensive, hopefully, but we just want to keep the existing cabinets and change the faces of them. So change the cupboard doors, change the bench top, and add another bench to the other side of the kitchen for more storage. But it was hilarious because Evan knows two guys by the same name, same first name. One he's known forever and he's a builder. One is a guy who works in forestry and Evan does quite a lot of work for him, and he's also one of his really good friends. Evan spends, at the moment anyway, most of his time, if he's talking about this name, he's usually talking about the forestry one. So when he said that Rod was coming to have a look at the kitchen, because he's put heaps of these ones in before and they're all easy and works a bit quiet and blah blah blah, I thought he was talking about forestry, Rodney, because forestry in New Zealand is really quiet at the moment. And I thought, oh wow, he's a multitasker, he does kitchens. And then when it turned up, it was the other one, and I was like, oh hi. What a dick. Anyway, so I don't know how much it's going to cost, we'll see, but one of the good things is I'll have a dishwasher, so that'll be nice. I don't know when that's going to happen. I guess about pricing it up too, and yeah, so that'll be nice. What an idiot. Yes, I've just put a venison rack in the oven to roast, and I've put some potatoes and kumara in the oven, on the stove to boil, and then I'll pop those in to roast, and we'll have a salad with that. It's a nice sunny day now, but it is still quite cold. It's quite cold. Yeah. Thank God it's Friday tomorrow. I don't really know what else to say. While dinner's cooking, I thought I'd come outside, and I thought we'll have a look at the garden, because just in the last few days we've had a few changes. So let's go around here. So hello. All the little blossoms off the olive tree. So this flower has come out now. Isn't that lovely? You can see right through that fence now. And if we come down here, that's blowing off its thing. I need to put that back on. Look, just even in the last few days, everything's just powering now. Yes, that's what I was going to show you. Look at that. Big flower there. That's flowering there. Isn't that pretty? Whoa. It's all very exciting. I did come down here and think I'd have a look and see whether there was anything, I was a little bit optimistic to think that I might have some seedlings coming up already in here. But I reckon you guys will see some seedlings by the beginning, by the end of the month. You can see over there, that's the mulch that I started putting down. And there's the baby, because she's following mum everywhere. She doesn't like it when I try to grab her. It's quite lovely. I know what I'll be doing this weekend. With one guess. All the lavender's got little heads, flower heads on it, and I need to get a net to put over the strawberries. They're getting eaten. And flower heads there. Tightrope walker. Groggy, come on. Goggle. Come on. Let's have a look at this. She gets the zoomies real easy. Oh yeah, so that's sort of sulked a little bit when I put it in the ground, but it's doing all right now. My lavender. Very nice. Even this rose is just, it's putting out so many blooms now. I wish you could smell it. It's just the most gorgeous smelling thing. There's quite a few blowflies in here at the moment. Oh. Yep, there she is down there. That's Digger's ball. There you go, have a sniff. So that's the garden. Oh, we've got some buds on the apple blossom rose. Let's shut this door now, it's cold. Keep the warmth in. Right. Turn the pot down. Sorry, this is slightly wobbly because the way I glued it, it's just ended up. Oh no, it's not too bad. It's just the way I put it in the holder. Yeah, so we'll hopefully have a bench across there. That'll be nice. And this cabinet, which I got from Mum, can go out in my sewing room. Imagine that, I'll be able to have pretty skeins of wool in there. Right. Dinner is served and I'm about to show it to you. We have kumara, which is sweet potato, venison, salad. Nom nom. Catch you guys tomorrow. Oh, my nose is runny. Bye.